Welcome back to TGOM.
What's happening? What's happening?
We got OG Mo Better
For
and
shizzle.
Divine Fluff. I said that all wrong. Divine Fluff. How I say Mo damn name wrong.
Well,
Well, and today we're gonna get into, I guess you can consider this a sensitive topic.
what's the topic?
Is respect automatic or should it be earned?
I think that it all depends on the situation. I mean, when you meet a person, I don't know about most people, but me personally, after a couple of minutes, I pick up on how your energy and whatever you
I
about.
mean, I try to be
So
respectful first
yeah,
till you give me a reason not to.
you're definitely my child.
Um, So I guess we should define respect. What do we consider respect?
I think respect is uh falls along the lines of right action.
Yeah.
That's the definition of being righteous,
I
right
mean,
action. So I think that respect means treating someone the way you would want to be treated.
yeah. You don't have to look at the camera.
I'm not. I'm not.
But I feel like respect, I mean, growing up we always had treat those the way you want to be treated.
Always.
That's how I look at it. If you treated me a certain way, okay, how would you feel if I treated you that way?
But then it also respect means different things at different times. Because I mean, we were raised with respect for our parents. Well, at least most of us were. You do
Yeah.
got some out there who their parents weren't much parents, so they don't know anything about respecting elders or none of that other kind of stuff. I mean, we grew up knowing that there were certain things that you didn't say around your older people, your elders, your uncles, your aunts, and your grandfathers and grandmothers. But a lot of people, as the generations passed on and came through, boy, that stuff started going out the door.
Kangaroo pocket. Gotta put them in there. But yeah, so I feel like, it is based on situational because when you think about it, like you could be respecting your elders and they just say something that blatantly disrespects you. And now it's just like, but wait, I'm being respectful. Where did I open it up for you to disrespect me and I haven't disrespected you yet?
Because most people don't care about nobody but themselves.
And then
And most people disrespect other people because they truly don't have respect for themselves.
okay. Um when does respect turn into obedience?
When does it turn into obedience?
Mhm.
I guess respect becomes obedience when you decide that, okay, I can be obedient to this person because I've been respectful and everything that they taught me has led me to become obedient with them. I trust them enough with me.
Mhm.
But you can respect somebody and not necessarily be obedient to them.
Yeah, like I feel like you know how the whole when I ask you to do something, I want you to do it then, growing up. I mean, I feel like so me as a person, I've always been the type of person, yeah, I'll do it, or I already have the intentions of doing it, and then you tell me to do it, and then it's like, damn, I'm just gonna do it now. I kind of don't want to do it no more.
No, that's
That's
crazy.
because, like, okay, let's look at the last household. You know what I was doing in that last household. I was
Yeah,
cleaning, cooking, all of that stuff.
yeah.
And some days I'll just be like, damn, I just got up. It's already a pile of dishes in the damn sink.
And
Let me get myself
and
together.
most times, from what I was told, being because I wasn't in the household, most of that shit was from the night before because I was out working.
But that's the thing. I would cook, I would clean as I'm cooking, and then everybody dishes, it's whatever.
They wasn't cleaning up in behind themselves, and then it
And
came to the point that they started expecting you to do that particular job.
right.
But then that just speaks to the lack of, we ain't gonna go there.
And
That's a whole
then,
nother story.
I be getting myself ready for the day, and I'm like, all right, this is on the list of stuff I'm gonna do first. And then next thing you know, I get a text message, hey, is anybody gonna clean this kitchen?
See, I think
And
she
then
felt
that's
that
when they start
because
feeling,
she had a bunch of young people in the house, she didn't have to do that kind of stuff no more. But you still have to learn and not be lazy enough not to clean up in behind yourself. See, when people and mind me, y'all, just follow me, because this gonna bring it right back to a respect thing. Most people are lazy and they want to have somebody else do the things for them that they should be doing for themselves, like cleaning up in behind yourself and all of that kind of shit.
mm-hmm,
Okay. But that also speaks to a lack of discipline. Because I think if you have self discipline, that's leading into self respect. Because you're disciplined, you respect yourself enough to have the discipline to do the things that need to be done and get them done in a timely manner. But if you start saying, well, I picked that up later, then it turns into, I'll pick that up tomorrow.
mm-hmm,
And then you turn around and look around, it's been a week later and there's shit everywhere in the house when you could have just picked that one thing up as you was moving.
mm-hmm.
Because, like I always
Like,
say,
hey, and he'll see something and walk right on over it.
and like I always say, you can tell the state of a person's mindset if you just look around their house, look around their life, and it is a mirror of what's going on in their head. And it's crazy because I've actually even I had to myself I done caught myself like, wow.
That normally hits me at night.
And see, I used to be in that truck for
Like,
all them years, and when I look around in my truck, and my truck starting to look messy because I done left stuff. This before the dogs, and I done left stuff laying around and stuff. And then I'll be driving, and then I shut down for the day, get in the truck, and look in the sleeper, and that shit be looking a mess. And I get to thinking about it. Well, my thoughts have been all over the damn place
yeah,
today.
mine be racing. Like, I don't know. For me, when I hit that point, and it's just like, I look around and I'm like, damn, if I'm really that far gone, let me correct this shit.
That's what you have to do.
So the next question is, um, who decides what respect looks like? I feel like we as a person do.
The
You as
individual
yourself
does. Right.
does. Because what respect looks like for you may not be the same as the next person. So you have to pick and choose what you take as respectful or disrespectful, and then it's up to you to let that other person know, hey, you're being very disrespectful right now. Or, you know, try to find some kind of in between to where y'all can come into a mutual agreement on what respect looks like.
But sometimes it also comes from our
Upbringing.
parents taught us what respect looked like before we became adults. And for some of us, once we became adults and started getting out on our
That
own,
that view
we
changed.
start seeing our own version of what respect and disrespect looks like.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because, you know, if you was raised in a Christian household, then the Bible laid out the guidelines of the structure as far as respect and disrespect. Just like in it, like Islam, you read the Quran. It has all of the different rules and regulations that stipulate what's respect and disrespect is supposed to look like. But then once we grow up and we move out into this world and you start seeing a lot of crazy shit, or we start to see that there are people in the world and around us who don't necessarily think like we do.
Mhm.
They don't necessarily have the same values that we do, but they still have a respect system just like we do. It's just that the certain things, because of their cultures or whatever the environment they be in, some things that may be respectful for us could be disrespectful to them.
I'm gonna bounce around a little bit.
Okay, that's fine.
So this one is still on the same topic, but it goes a little different. So it says, does being older automatically make someone wiser? No. My answer to that is no. Because you could be old or older, and a young person like myself that's done been through some things can be wiser than you. Because we still got grown ass adults. We still have grown adults that act like children. And I mean, we have uh, some people in your generation that still want to hang out with my generation and try to be, down with the kids, but they act like children at heart, and their attitude is of a child or a young-minded person.
Right. My thing is, I um I feel like age does not make you wiser. I know a whole gang of old dummies. Some older than me, some younger than me.
Hmm.
I'm kind of like right there in the middle. Sorry about that, y'all. I meant to turn it off before we started, but
Yeah, I can't say nothing. I've been
um,
thinking all day.
the age does not make you wiser. Age exposes whatever you have in you or about you.
Hmm.
Like I said, I know some old fools. I know some people who didn't learn from different situations in their lives and they continue to repeat it because they some people just don't have the capacity to comprehend certain things and to grow and change things. So no, age don't make you wiser.
I
I
feel like
think what makes you wiser is the type of experiences that you have. And if you learn from those experiences, then that's where the wisdom comes from. But if you got people that's running around out here still doing the same exact stupid shit all the damn time and they ain't growing and learning from it, ain't no wisdom in that. That's the age. Just another year keeps passing and they still in that
Mhm.
stupid shit and that retarded shit.
So, next question is, and I quote, I'm grown, a valid reason to demand respect.
No,
See, this is where we kind of,
just because you grown, it all depends on the type of person you are. If you grown, man, let me tell you something. I tell you all the time, you grown at 18, you legal at 21. But age is not all that makes you grown.
I feel like with that though, that whole I'm grown, it has to be, I feel like it depends on who you talking to. Because I'm gonna be honest, I done had to use that a couple times. And I'm gonna say this for my mother's side of the family, they because they have a really bad habit of seeing you where they left you at.
As a child.
And when I mean they see you where they left you at is because mentally for them you haven't grown up.
Right.
And I've legit had to be like, cuz they'd be like, "Oh, you doing all this and that, but you're still a child." I'd be like, "No, I'm grown. I don't have to ask for permission to do what I want to do.
Well,
I'm
no,
an adult."
exactly.
And they still left me at that. And technically they left me at what age? 12?
Yeah,
24
you
years
can't even,
old.
you can't even stay with me at 12.
So it's just like,
So
it depends on the situation.
right, it does. It all depends on
Because
the person.
the person that you're talking to and where you have to say, "Oh, well, I'm grown," then yeah, that's a valid reason for you to demand your respect
Now
as an
that
adult.
okay, now I'm gonna play devil's advocate. You get all these young people running around here doing dumb shit, and then when an older person try to say something to them, the first thing they want to say is "I'm grown."
Well, if they doing dumb shit,
But
then
I'm gonna tell you, that's why I said it has different meanings for different situations. Now, the situation I'm talking about now, a person like that tell me, "Well, I'm grown." My response would be, "Well, if you was really grown, you wouldn't have to tell me. Your actions would show it."
hmm that's true.
So
Yeah.
I'm just that type of dude, man. I judge people on their character. I read people well. That was a gift that was given to me. Then I started reading books on it, and I honed them skills. And look, I can be around a person for a couple of minutes, and I can tell you whether or not I'm gonna like them. I can tell you whether or not they full of shit. I can tell you if they scamming motherfuckers or they trying to get over on people. The problems I have is when people come and they feel and they seem genuine. Once they get into your inner circle, then they start kind of showing who they really are because you can't put on the act but for so long.
hmm
And if you ain't a skilled actor, it's gonna start showing.
hmm Now here's one that I feel like I battle with this one with my son.
Because my judgment has been clouded a few times
And
when it comes to women.
so with this one, I kind of want your perspective on it because I battle with this one.
Okay.
Should children question their parents?
At a certain age, no.
I feel like that's a double-edged sword though.
Now, once if a child has had some experiences in life, stuff like that, and they seek your advice on something, and their judgment seems to be a little better than your judgment, then maybe you can. There's a gray area there.
I feel like it's a double-edged sword because, it could be very well of you tell them to do something and they
Oh
ask
no,
why,
no, no, because I told you to.
or you're asking them about their day. And like the situation with Caden, apparently they said that he was pushing and shoving. And I said, okay, well, you have no phones and no devices.
And that's why I didn't say nothing.
And he was like, but why? And I said, because you was pushing and shoving on your field trip.
When you first told
And he
me
was like,
what was
Mommy,
said,
I had a really good day. I wasn't pushing and
see,
shoving nobody.
when you
Who
first
told
told
you
me
that?
that,
And I said, your teacher.
when you got the text message from the teachers and you told me that, I didn't say nothing, and I didn't say nothing on purpose because
I mean,
I wanted to hear his
I
side of
wanted
the
to hear
story.
his side of the story too, but if because I like to ask him, okay, how was your day? What happened? Your teacher told me this. What is your perspective? Because I
Right.
try to look at it as, all right, we just had an issue on the football team where you push somebody. Are you taking this to school and continuing it? But me and him had a conversation after the whole thing of the
Incident,
football
yeah.
team where he was like, okay, I understand. And when I brought that to his attention, hey, what happened at school? He was like, I had a really good day, mommy. I didn't. And then I asked him about the pushing and shoving with the other kid. He was like, I didn't push nobody. And he flat out said, Mommy, I had a really good day. No tantrums. he was telling me about the field trip, and I was like, okay, so maybe they mixed Caden up with somebody else because Caden's telling me he did not do anything, and he's confident in it. Now I can tell when he's like not trying to get in trouble because he'll circle around it,
Yeah,
but he
like
was
most kids
very
do.
adamant, like, "Mommy, I had a good day. I didn't push anybody. They didn't have to separate me. That's not me."
Yeah, but
So I was like, "Okay."
it's but that, like I said, that is that's something that you me personally, I don't try to lump things into one category. I have to take things on a case by case basis.
Yeah, I try to do that as well because I mean, Caden can't be doing everything wrong, and
Cause
I
that
feel
I
like
mean that ain't even the type of kid that he is.
he's a very curious kid.
Yeah, cause
He
sometimes I be
he's
like,
a very
okay, no
smart
more
kid.
questions right now.
And I feel like a lot of these teachers, they see his issues and make everything he does an issue. Cause I get it. My son, he has issues as far as like his tantrums and stuff like that. He got the only kid syndrome bad, but we're working on that. Caden literally just needed something to work towards.
Oh yeah.
He needed some motivation.
See, I'm gonna tell you something. A lot of these kids get labeled.
And I
Uh,
feel like he's one of them.
they get labeled with all these various disorders and this, that, and the other, only because they have a different way of learning.
Hmm. And that's Caden's biggest issue.
And once you figure out how to teach him,
Hmm. Everything
and he
he said.
starts learning, you'll be calling these children geniuses.
Hmm. Because Caden, he be saying sentences that I don't even words I don't even know the definition to.
Man, let me tell you something. I hadn't seen y'all in over a year. And when I started talking to him and he started using all these big words and stuff like
And
that,
analogies
and it was in perfect context, and you could tell that he
of
understood
what it meant.
what it meant and how he was using it was proper. I'm like, wait a minute, this dude ain't 7 years old. This dude done been here before.
Hmm.
So I just be like, hey, I have to shut him down sometimes because I'll be like, wait a minute, man, you asking too many questions. I can't go down the
If
rabbit hole
because
right now.
because Caden, he will go down that rabbit hole. You
And
answer one
man,
question, he got a follow up question,
and
and
10
then a
more.
follow up question after a follow up
Right.
question.
I'll be like,
So
all
it's
right,
like,
bro. All right.
and
Wait.
I'll be like, okay, Caden, let's take a break on questions.
Yeah,
We'll
your
come back to
papa
them
just
later.
your papa been driving trucks for a long time, bro. I need the time to process everything you done said. Shoot.
All
And
right.
sometimes it be the conversation be done when the next day I still be like, well, damn, he actually said that.
I hate that. I didn't know this. I knew this question was on here, but I didn't know this question was on here. And it goes to something that we've been actually been talking about lately. And it is, can you lose respect for a family member?
Yes, you can. Speaking as a person who has lost all respect for a few family members, immediate family members, uh, yes, you can. Because of the fact that if someone has had animosity towards you for most of your life and everyone sees what you do for your children and this, that, and the other, and then they try to act like they're doing it much better, but then you find out later they wasn't doing it at all, and I lost all respect. I can't stand to see family members mistreat their children. How can I respect you? But you out here doing things you ain't supposed to do. You trying to live your best life, or how can you have respect for someone that says to their children, if I didn't have children, my life would be so much better? How can you respect the person that doesn't says that? So, yes, you can lose respect for family members. Yes. I've gotten to the point to where that's why I intentionally move away. So I don't have to be around said family members. But I always go home to see my mama, step pops. Try to get down on the coast every now and then to see my father. But hey, sometimes what I found, what she's learning, when I get away from family, I do better.
I ain't learn. I know that already. Cause just
Growing up with
growing
me,
up, growing up from be living with my mom and then living with you,
it was a difference of night and day, wasn't it?
yeah. And I can honestly say that when it comes to respecting family members, you got some family members you have to deal with a long-handed spoon.
Yes, I have to deal with them from afar.
And as I'm getting older, I'm noticing more and more family members that I have to
Distance yourself from.
distance from. And
I'm gonna be real transparent, people. I done had to step away from one of my children.
one,
I'm not including the other one as being one of my children. So what I'm saying is
you know how I feel about
disrespect that was laid down when they was the last in our presence. I can't respect that. I love them. This is my child. But they chose not to have anything else to do with me. That was their choice. My door's still open, but I know they ain't gonna walk through
shit, no, I'm looking at my
it.
fucking.
And they let their mother poison them against me. So there you have it.
Should respect be equal in all relationships?
No, because all relationships ain't equal. Why would I respect my homeboy more than I respect my wife? Or
True.
why would my friends, and I keep bringing this up because this is kind of what's going on, one of the problems in society now. People hold more loyalty to their friends than they do to the person they're sharing their bed and their life with.
Hmm.
But expect for their significant other to put them first. But they don't. So, no, respect is on different levels because all relationships are on different levels. Now, I try to respect everybody with basic respect.
Because it's levels to it.
I'm gonna say, excuse me. I'm gonna say, my apologies if I accidentally bump up against them or something like that. That's what it's gonna be. But if I'm married, then the only other person who gets more respect than my spouse is the father. Because from a biblical standpoint, for those of you who are religious or Christian, that Bible says that you and that man left y'all mother and father, your parents, and cleaved to one another and became one. But some of you out there give more respect to your friends than you do that person you said them vows to. That's disrespectful on so many levels. A lot of people's relationships are screwed up and jacked up to this day because of the level of or the lack of respect they have for their spouse. And they have more respect for their friends to where they're telling their friends what's going on in the house and it destroys their house because you didn't respect your spouse or yourself enough to keep y'all business in the house. And
That's
you
why
two work it out together.
that's why with children, family, and you know, significant others, what goes on in the house needs to stay in the house. I have that rule with my child. You've had that rule with me. My mom had that rule with us and my sisters. What goes on in the house stays in the house
Right.
because that doesn't open up the door for other people to intervene in our household
And
business.
cause problems.
Because if you going out and you telling people the problems that we have in our house, that lets it look like, because I've heard that saying, I don't break up happy homes, but if that door cracked, and that's bullshit because you opened up
You
that door.
just contradicted everything you said in the first statement.
Exactly.
When you put but in a sentence, that negates everything that came before but.
Mm-hmm.
Your true intentions is what comes after but.
Mm-hmm. All right, next question. So
So what? Say what you want.
is respect earned through sacrifice or character?
My respect, I place respect on people based on their character.
Same here.
Because your character is, people think character is what other people think of you, but your character is determined by what you do when ain't nobody else is around. So if I can feel that you have good character, the person that I see is the same person that you are when I'm not around. I like that kind of character in the person, and they will earn my respect because they're being true to who they are.
Mm-hmm.
Now, even some of these ones out here that do all kinds of foul stuff, but if they being true to who they are, and they ain't telling you that they one thing and then showing you something else, but if they, like I always say, when a person's actions don't match their words, they're lying.
Mm-hmm.
So I can respect the person that tells me who they are or what they are, and their actions show me the same. So if you a grimy, fucked up ass individual, I gotta respect that because that's who you said you were, and you ain't showed me nothing otherwise. Just like people get into these relationships and their characters ain't about shit, and they promise you the world and this, that, and the other, but then once you in a relationship with them, they stop being who they said they were, and so what does that leave you? Are you once you see a person for who they really are and it wasn't what they said, you question their character and you lose the respect that you have for them. So that kind of goes hand in hand. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
So there you have it.
For me, I respect the person based on who they are. You show me who you are, I'm gonna respect you for it. I respect you more for being yourself than trying to be somebody else.
It's basically what I just said.
But
We just saying it different.
yeah. Now,
Two generations, one mic.
so next question is, should kids be required to greet adults first? You want my answer?
Go.
No. And I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna say why. Say if an adult come through that door, he's not obligated to greet you because you come into his house. He live
Definitely
here.
my child.
You speak when you enter that door.
Definitely my child. I raised you well.
He is not obligated to say, "Hey, how you doing?
I
Welcome in." No, you say,
raised you
"Hey,
well.
how you doing, Caden?"
I raised you well.
Because you coming to his house. He sleep here. He
And
be
that's how I look at it.
because I feel like, okay, now if we all, like, say if we going like to the football field
Okay.
and it's parents there and Caden is automatically gonna say, "Hi, my name is Caden,"
Southern hospitality.
because that's just who he is.
Amen.
He greets everybody.
Right.
And I feel like nowadays, especially like my grandmothers and stuff like that, they automatically think, "Oh, well, he didn't speak to me."
Because that's the way that they was raised.
And I'm like, "Well, I'm not raising my son to automatically greet you, especially if you coming through his house though. He live here. He does not. It's not automatic that
Especially if it's a stranger
if it's a
or
stranger,
if it's a friend of the family.
a friend of the
Now,
family. If
when it
my son
comes
don't
to
know you,
family, that's what I'm saying. When it comes to family or people that he knows,
then yeah,
then yeah, he gonna greet the adult first.
yeah,
That's just
he
how
is.
we raised him.
Yeah.
I
But if
raised
it's a
you like
stranger,
that.
he does not have to say, because if he don't know you from Peter, John, or Paul, he don't gotta say nothing to you.
And it's your job as the adult. And in this, I don't care what your gender is. It is your job as the adult to
To
protect that
introduce.
child.
Yeah. And if I feel like if my son is already one, if my son don't speak to you off bat, he already done sent something that's wrong with you.
Right.
Because my son is the type of person, if he speaks to everyone.
This speaks to what I was
So
discussing
if he
earlier.
don't say nothing to you, check yourself.
Thank you.
Because my son, he loves people. He speaks with respect to any and everyone. And if he feel like something's wrong with you, that's when he
Well,
doesn't he doesn't speak.
one of the things about it for me
Feel like
is
I was sitting low, so I had to bring my chair up.
my child, you, y'all knew that somebody knocked on that door. Wasn't nobody going to that door but me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Nowadays, a lot of these parents, they'll sit right there on the couch to do whatever they was doing and let the child go open the door. Now, what if it was somebody coming in the house to do you harm? There was no line of defense between that person and your kids because you let your child go to the door. It's all about
That's one thing.
protecting, and they always talk about the man is supposed to provide and protect, but when a man is absent, it falls upon the mother or the wife to be the protector of those children.
I feel like as far as the open the door situation, now me, I let Kaden go to the door only because
Ooh, excuse me.
ain't nobody coming to my house that I don't already know that's on the way.
And you like me,
But best believe if it's somebody at that door that I'm not expecting, I will be the first person at that door, not him. And the
right?
first thing I say is before I even get to the door, or before he even get up, is who is it?
Right.
Especially if I don't know you're coming.
A lot of times, it's funny because
That's why I let people know don't come to my house unannounced.
when we lived in Las Vegas and I was home and somebody would knock on the door, because we didn't really have a lot of people come to our house, so we wasn't expecting folks at our house.
Mm-mm.
So when there was somebody knocked on that door, if I was at home, I always went to the door with my pistol. Because you never, if I'm not expecting you, I don't know what you finna try to do when you come to my house. So
That's another reason why I
at
might
first,
move back to Texas.
at first, my children and my significant other, they used to think something was wrong with me.
It's not me.
But a lot of the times they didn't know the things that I had been through in my upbringing because I didn't share those parts of my life with them because I felt like they didn't need to know that
You
shit.
don't have
That
to
kind of
tell
stuff was on
everything.
a need to know basis.
You don't have to tell everybody
And
everything.
so my daughter picked up a lot faster why I started going to the door with my pistol, either on my hip in my holster or in my pocket. And then I always looked through the peephole before I said, "Who is it?" Because once I say who is it, if I ain't looking through that peephole, I can't see what you doing. So I be looking through the peephole and I say, who is it? And if they step back and start acting like they finna go in their pockets and shit like that, then my gun ain't in the holster or in my pocket no more.
All right. Next
So,
question.
you know, you don't, it's a protection thing. Go ahead.
Um,
Because I know I can get long winded about stuff.
do men and women define respect differently?
Yes, I think men and women do define respect differently. Um, and I think women, I'm sad to say it. I'm not gonna say all women, but in a lot of cases in this modern society, a woman only respects a man based on what he can provide, and it falls into that love situation. A man will take a woman who has nothing and give her the world, but a woman who has everything won't even fuck with a dude who ain't got nothing. And y'all can disagree with what I'm saying, but the statistics show. Women, yeah, nowadays a lot of women making more money than men. That has never bothered me. I'm not insecure about who I am or what I make to feel some type of way because my woman may make more money than me, because at the end of the day, if we team players and we doing this thing called life together and we doing it right, what she brings into the house and what I bring into the house is ours. So why should it matter who makes more money? Because you're both working, mutually respecting each other to grow that house and keep that house afloat. But when people start thinking that their position is more important than the others, then that's where the respect is starting to be lost. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
when you respect someone, everybody plays their role because each role works together into a team effort. If everybody playing their position like they supposed to, the team can't lose. But no, most people don't know their position. A lot of men, sad to say, won't step into their position of who they supposed to be. That's why you got all these, what you call them, sassy ass dudes nowadays.
The sassy man epidemic.
I mean, I don't even understand that. But a lot of these women out here that's talking about these sassy men, the sassy men epidemic,
Are the
you
independent?
made them that way. When that boy was growing up and his father wasn't in the picture for whatever the reason, and you was out here bashing men and saying this, that, and I don't need no man and this, that, and the other, you was discouraging him from becoming a man. And so now they don't think and move based off logic. They're using their emotions like their mothers did. And now they mad because their sons are starting to act like them. But when you see a man that you say is being sassy, you might need to check yourself, because you might have created one of them little sassy ass dudes too. A lot of men be out here, they ain't got no job and this, that, and the other. They half these men act like they want somebody to take care of them. You know why? Because they looking for their mama.
No, you must be talking about homosexuals.
I'm talking about sassy ass dudes as well.
Mm.
That behavior don't come from a masculine energy. And if you look at most of the sassy dudes that we talking about, a lot of the times they was raised in a single mother home. Not just a single parent, a single mother home. That's where that sassy energy is feminine energy. That feminine energy comes from no real masculine energy in his upbringing. So he grows up and becomes a watered down, muddied version of his mama.
All right.
So that's enough on
So
that.
next question will be, can love exist without respect in a relationship? I say no,
True love, no. But
because oh, what I've learned is a way to love a man is to respect them.
that's all a part of it. If a man don't feel respected, he don't feel love. Now, men that we love unconditionally. When we love a woman, we love a woman, and
It's
all
only
love fly.
to be as a woman, it is only women that love with conditions.
Yeah,
Because I can honestly say that I've not me personally, but I've seen a lot of women say, "Oh, I love my man." And then when you ask them, "Well, if he lost everything today, would you still love him?" And that's where that buffering symbol would be like, if he lost everything today. But me personally, I can love you if you ain't got nothing and you working towards something. And you could be sleeping on the floor. I'd be right there with your ass. But I'm still going, I'm like, there's no conditions to my love. It's just, it is what it is. But I honestly have to say that my love will die if you have no motivation. If you're not actively trying to figure out ways to do better. If you just stagnant and you cool at where you at and you're not constantly trying to elevate yourself, and I'm constantly have to be like, okay, what we doing? That's where it's like, okay, is this
then
really for me? Because how I am, I can motivate you, but you have to do the work. But I work better if we motivate each other to do better and be better. Does that make sense?
makes sense. Repeat that question again for me, please.
The question was, can love exist without respect in a relationship?
No,
No,
I'm gonna say no because if I love you, if I truly love you,
I respect you.
I respect you. Because if I don't respect you, how can I love you?
Mm,
And if I'm saying that I love somebody and I don't respect them, then I don't respect myself.
no, it's bothering me.
I don't respect myself. If I say I love you, but I don't respect you,
Where does
how
the
can I
love
respect
live?
myself to
Hmm.
know that I love you?
Hmm. How can I even trust myself to really say that I love you if I don't respect you? Respect goes a long way.
I remember I said something about that love situation a long time ago. You know, I'm hearing a lot of things nowadays. I hear a lot of women on TikTok and all over social media talking about it's they learn to love themselves and this, that, and the other, and all of that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I said some things about that whole love situation because we're talking about respect and love. Loving somebody really and truly, how can you love somebody if you don't have self love? Because if you don't have self love, You can't love somebody else if you don't know how to love. I said sometimes people tell you they love you, but their actions don't show it, and it's because they don't know how to love. And that's a sad thing. I ain't telling you to be no doormat, but I think a lot of people end up in situations where there's no love or respect is because they didn't respect themselves enough to know what they needed from another person.
I'm gonna go off the topic for a second.
Okay.
We got a little bit of time left, but so you should know where I'm going with this.
Okay.
Res- Privacy in friendships, within family and relationships.
Okay.
I feel like privacy is a personal thing, whether in relationships with family or dealing with people.
Uh-huh.
And I feel like when you invade someone's privacy and you use that against them,
Then there
that
was
can
no love.
tarnish
There was no respect. So
that,
it just goes right
that
back to the top.
tarnishes the love, respect, and the trust that you have in someone.
Amen. Amen.
Because looking back on the situation that I was in
Yeah.
when my privacy was invaded in the last household,
Yeah.
for me, when I legit said, I know what I said and I stand on it, you should already know at that point my love has been tarnished for you, my respect has been tarnished for you, and my trust is out the door
Yeah.
completely.
Yeah. Because before I lose respect for you, the first thing that goes is the trust.
So I don't care. It's not even about what I said
And
in the
once the
messages.
trust and the respect is
Cause at
gone,
that point,
there is no love.
cause at that point, I, I honestly, if if I opened, even if I did open up myself for my privacy to be invaded in that manner, because honestly, I was just trying to help you, honestly, because of the situation that we was currently in at that time,
Right?
help you from being overstimulated or, hormonal, and you decided to invade my privacy and then run and tell your mama about what I said about you and your mother in my personal text messages with my ex at that time. And then you goes to say, when I get there, I know what you said, and I told your dad, even though I was still already an adult, even though I get it, I'm an adult, but I'm living under your household. Cool.
Yeah.
But to think that I was going to renege on anything that I said after you invaded my privacy, and you think I'm still going to be respectful, you disrespected me by invading my personal space.
But the disrespect was already there prior to that situation.
Yes, but
I'm talking about them disrespecting you.
I know,
So
but it's just like, when did it become okay for people to just invade privacy
it's never been okay.
and
Um,
for people to glorify, oh, I go through my man's phone and um my thing is, if you go looking for something,
you go find it.
you're gonna find exactly what you're looking
But the
for.
thing about it
But
though, with that is you said when did it become cool to say I go through my man's phone and this,
when
that,
did it
and the other?
become glorified?
It became glorified because you're dealing with a bunch of people who are insecure within themselves, who don't trust their partner because they don't trust themselves. Or they've already seen warning signs that their partner wasn't no good and they decided to stay.
Because I'm not gonna lie, I've never been like deliberately gone through somebody's phone, but
Okay.
I've glanced at people's phones, not gone through them like, oh yeah, he's sleep, let me go through it. it'd have been like, oh, I woke up with the phone stuck to my damn arm because we sleeping in the bed with the goddamn phone, and I take it off of me, the screen light up. But that's not on me. That's just a rolled over phone stuck, put it down, screen lit up. Okay, such and such said whatever. Huh? No. Um, and you know, I don't know who that person is. You ain't never brought that person up, so I'm just like, okay, I don't know him or her, and keep it pushing.
But I can honestly say this: I, me, I have never went through a woman's phone before. Now, have some things been revealed to me? Yes, they have. Uh, I was engaged to somebody, and we ran teams. We were switching. She had went in the back, left her phone. When I pulled the phone off the mount, it lit up, and I saw some stuff that was inappropriate. That was the
Or
beginning of the end of our relationship.
are you talking? Never mind. Never
And so
mind.
I didn't go through your phone. Your phone was unlocked. When I picked the phone up off the mount to hand it to you, the phone woke up and you were still
The
opening the
phone woke
messages.
up. I'm screaming.
Well, you know, when your phone goes
Yeah,
off, it goes to sleep.
yeah. I just never heard nobody say the
The
phone.
phone woke up, lit up. I saw what I saw. I asked you simply explain this. So, like my
Busted.
grandmother used to say, everything done in darkness
Always comes to light.
will soon or and always comes to light. Whenever it comes to light, that was the appointed time that it was meant for you for that to be revealed to you. And so,
Busted.
you know, that's crazy. I don't make it
I've
a habit to go through my women's phones and shit.
I've never understood because my thing is
And I ain't got nothing to hide.
if I love you, I respect you, and I trust you. There's no reason for me to go through your phone unless
Insecurity creates lack of trust. Lack of trust creates disrespect or lack of respect.
hmm
Then, when you have that trio together, there's no love in that situation.
at all.
Because if I love you, I respect you enough to trust you that you ain't out here doing what you ain't supposed to be doing as far as violating our relationship. But if I'm truly being genuine and the true person in the situation,
Okay, well let me ask you this
it's gonna
question.
come to light.
Well, let me ask you this question. Which one do you prefer? Transparency or honesty?
What you mean, which one? They go hand in
I
hand.
know, but
Because if you're being transparent, you're being honest.
honesty, a person can be honest, but they're not being 100% transparent.
Well, then technically, you ain't being completely honest. Part of being honest is being transparent. That means I have nothing to hide, so I'm going to tell you everything. So if you're not being completely transparent, then you're not being honest because lying by omission
It's
is
still
still a lie. So that's being dishonest. So that means you're not being transparent.
That's what I originally thought that, but so many people have so many things and
That's because
different
people just like,
interpretations.
okay, I'm glad you brought this area of the conversation up because I want to make this very clear to everybody that sees this or hears my voice. I used to hear people say all the time, well, I'm living my truth. Well, if your truth is not the actual truth, you're living a lie.
Oh,
And that's all I'm going to say about that.
you know who used to say that shit a lot?
I'm just living my truth. No, you ain't, because it ain't the actual truth, so you living a lie.
That's why I posted, it's my turn.
Hey, I ain't got nothing to hide. I ain't got nothing to lie about.
I don't either. Everything I say that's been done to me has been 100% real. I don't have to over explain myself to nobody. But the fact that you think that your truth is not basically everything that I'm saying is a lie is a crazy to me. But we're not gonna go too deep into that. Um,
Those type of people won't be honest with themselves, though.
yeah, they don't want to believe it themselves.
Exactly.
So
Shoot.
it's constant surveillance slowly changing how people behave.
What do you mean?
I'm not really sure.
Constant surveillance.
I feel
People
like because
who
I feel like in certain like in relationships, right? I feel like you have those people that always want to know what you're doing, where you at.
I understand that, but I'm gonna tell you something about
But
that.
I feel like with that, it tends to go too far.
Well, I see it like this.
Because if I'm telling you I'm going and doing XYZ, and you constantly asking like what you doing, how you like where you gonna be at, this, that, and the other, it tends to feel like
That
you're monitoring.
is because they are insecure and don't fully trust you. When I'm with somebody and they say they're going to do A, B, and C, okay, enjoy yourself with your friends, have a good time. I have that much faith in God and the universe. They gonna show me eventually if you're out here doing something other than what you say you gonna do.
Hmm.
Because I'm a genuine person, I try to be 150,000 with everybody. So if I'm being honest and transparent with you and you're being deceiving, it's gonna come out. And any relationship that I'm in, whether it's intimate, romantic, plutonic, what have you, I treat it like a job. You don't get fired out of my life, you fire yourself out of my life. Because, like I said earlier, in my eyes, if your actions don't match what you say, you're lying to me. Once I figure out that you
I
are
get that.
lying to me, I can't trust you
I get that
and I don't have respect for you anymore.
I get it from you. Cause I'm quick to like past situations where people say one thing and they do another. And I'm quick to be like, you telling me this, but you showing me different. Your actions is not matching up. I'm gonna give you one chance to fix that before I end it. Or I stop dealing with you. Because I hate that because everything I say I'm gonna do. And I get that from you.
I say what I
Just
mean,
from
and I
you,
mean what I say.
you've never made a promise to me that you have not been able to keep. And if you couldn't keep it, you would always let me know ahead of time. I don't know if and when I will be able to do it, but I will do it eventually. Or I don't know, or you'll just leave it at I don't know when I'm gonna be able to do it or if
But
I'm going to be able to. I hate
exactly.
the false promises. Say you're gonna do something, then you don't do it.
I grew up with
Or
that all my life.
and
That's why I
I'm not
said
even
I
just
never
talking about
want to.
relationships right now. I'm
Yeah,
talking about family members,
yeah,
friends,
yeah.
acquaintances. Don't tell me you gonna do something and then don't do it. Don't make a promise to me and not keep it
That destroys trust.
because I'm gonna make you stand on it.
That destroys trust.
Because I can honestly say that the person that I am with right now, he's never made a promise to me he could not keep.
That's why you be saying he like me in a lot of ways.
And I can actually attest to that instead of the last one that I said reminded me of you. With turns out he was pretending.
Yeah, that's why I said the world is full of actors and pretenders. Some good actors and some ain't.
And I can honestly say that the person that I'm with now has opened it up for me to get out of survival mode. Even though we are still in survival mode, I can relax and not, I can still be in survival mode and not feel like I'm in survival mode. To where I have that time, because you know, when you're in survival mode, you don't have that time to sit and breathe.
Story of my life.
But I can honestly say I can be like, okay, I can breathe for a second, but then it's time to get right back to it.
Story of my life. That's why my shoulder tore up now. My knee ain't too far from behind it. And I I'm trying to start my life over now. But ever since I was 18, 19 years old, I've been in survival mode. I don't I'm trying to learn how to live and not survive.
Because I can honestly say from the age of 8 to 12, I was in survival mode.
Uh-huh.
And then when I from what 8, I mean from
12
12
to
to
now.
16,
Yeah.
I was able to relax
Yeah.
because
Until you had a child of your own.
at 16 shit got real.
Yeah, when he came in the world.
And don't get me wrong, I don't regret nothing cuz I am grateful for my child.
Yeah.
But that survival mode kicked in like it never did before.
But that's why your character is a lot stronger than a lot of people you know.
I get it all the time. You are so much, that's why when it comes to my oldest sister,
Yeah.
they don't look at her as the oldest, they look
They
at
look
me as
at
the
you.
oldest because the way that I carry myself. And I can honestly say, out of all my siblings, I am the only one that's been through as a lot of stuff that I've been through. Cause yeah, they done been through some things. They have different experiences that I've have, but it hasn't bat them over the head like it's hit me.
But if you notice that they have they have gone through or had other experiences and this, that, and the other than you, but they don't handle them the way that you do because they didn't get exposure to
The
that
same
upbringing
that I got.
that you got. Me and your mother is like night and day when it comes to how we raise children because your mother said a lot of bad things about me prior to you coming to live with me. And then right after 2 weeks after you had been with me, you said my mother said that you was a compulsive liar and this, that, and the other and all of that kind of stuff.
Who, me?
This is what you said out of your mouth at
Oh,
12 years old.
oh, that. Okay, yeah, that my mom
But
said.
then you said, Daddy, I know now who the liar is because I've been with you for 2 weeks and you done did everything you said you was gonna do. And it has always been that way since, has it not?
Yep, it has.
So a lot of that, how people cope with life's struggles has a lot to do with how and who raised them.
That's why, like, to be perfectly honest, because you know, they say you go get back what you did to your parents tenfold when you have a child. And quite honestly, I don't set it up for Caden, for me to tell Caden who his father is, because eventually he's gonna get out, and eventually Caden's gonna want to know who his father is. He already wants to know who his father
Yeah.
is, and the first thing is I tell him is you talk to him. You, when he gets out, you can spend time with your father or whatever you want to do because that is your father. And how your interpretation of your father is yours and yours alone. I am not here to, what is the word I'm looking for? Deceive you on who your father is. I'm not here to make up lies on who your father is. You gonna see that for yourself over time.
Right. Because the thing about it is we can listen to people and they tell you about who a person is, and it's only based off their experiences
Yeah.
with that person. But you may have different experiences with that person.
Just like when cause just recently, in fact, on that lady birthday, because it happens, I don't know what it is, but I feel like as I reflect over those years,
Yeah,
every time something has come up about his father, it's always been
centered
around
around that
that and them
because
people.
that's connected.
And I've realized that.
Yeah, all of
But
that's connected.
he flat out came out to me and said, "Mommy, are you cheating on my father?"
No,
And
because
I
he's
told
not
him,
with his father.
I said, "No." He said, "Oh, because when he gets out, are we not going to be a family?"
Huh.
I said, "Caden, I haven't been with your father since you were 1. And we are two completely different people now.
Right.
He hasn't been around since you were 2."
And he's had an arrested development because he's been locked away. So he's not having the same types of experiences that someone on the outside would be
Yeah.
having.
And I told him, I said, "Honestly, Caden, my experience with your father has made it to where I will never be with him again." So I told him, I said, "I don't want to shoot your dream down of you having a happy family because we can still have a happy family and me and him not deal with each other,
Now
but
learn how
us
to co-parent.
parenting you."
Yeah, that's it.
And he said, "Mommy, was he really bad to you?" I said, "He was to me, but that doesn't mean he's going to be bad to you. We don't know that territory until we cross it."
But see, my thing is, these ain't the kind. These you wouldn't think these are the type of
Conversation
conversations
is
that be
a
happening with
7-year-old.
a 7-year-old.
But that's what I
And
say,
the
that
scary part about it
is he
is he understands
understands.
and comprehends everything that we
Because
saying.
when I didn't even go into detail. I just said he has made it to where I never want to be with him again. He made it to the point of, was he bad to you?
Right. That boy
What's
got common sense.
what 7-year-old knows to
He got
say that?
common sense. He
And
got
one day we gonna sit him down, or we gonna find a topic for him and have him. So it don't just seem like we overhyping this little boy, but
and the crazy
learn
part
something.
about it, he wants to be a podcaster.
Not just a podcaster,
A
he wants to be a
YouTube channel.
YouTuber.
So, hey, technology is causing these children to evolve at a much earlier and a much more alarming rate. So it's evolution
Yeah. But
and
I
the
want
invention
him
of
to
technology.
actually do something other than
I
the
think I
YouTubers and
think
stuff
he
like that.
will.
But I feel like right now, being that your mother is a streamer,
Is what he's
you
exposed to.
love watching YouTube videos and watching other YouTubers and streamers and stuff like that. So it was just destined. Because I mean, I've been streaming all his life.
Right. I'm just
I ain't
getting
got
into
that
this camera
following.
thing.
I ain't
I
got
ain't
the
even,
following because I started off on like Bigo Live and what was the other one?
and me
Super Live
personally, I'm
and all
just
these
getting
other
into this
apps.
thing. I've been too
But
busy working a real job out in the world, so I ain't have time to be streaming and this, that, and other. But then you see all these other truck drivers
streaming and stuff.
streaming and doing YouTube channels and shit. But I ain't even gonna go there because some of them legit, some of them good,
Oh yeah, I did
and
cut
then
my hair
some of
again.
them have crazy
So I'm back
ideology.
bald.
So hey,
But I actually look pretty good with a bald head. I got the face for it.
you like your daddy.
But
I don't know if that's a gift or a curse.
We do apologize about the break in the schedule. We had some personal things going on. Just giving
Man,
you a little
let's keep it all the way
synopsis.
real. Life was life.
Life has been life, and my birthday passed, so I was dealing with my birthday
You
stuff.
know.
Um, yeah, life has been life, and people we have lives just like y'all.
But
And
we gonna get it. We gonna get it together.
we
We
getting it together.
working on this discipline thing that we putting together. I
Yeah,
mean, I got a whole bunch of
discipline and
other stuff that
consistency.
I'm
We are
working on.
human. We have stuff we gotta work on too. Ain't nobody perfect
I got some other platforms that's gonna come out as well, and one of them gonna address all of that. So I'm living these things
because
as
we gotta
I'm
practice what we
we're
preach.
we're living this stuff as we're creating it for these platforms. So
Cause I may even venture out and be a YouTuber myself, just so I'm growing a child that has a passion of wanting to do YouTube. So I'm trying to get familiar with it. So I may even have my own Divine Fluff channel coming soon. May just be like vlogs and story times. I got a lot of story
yeah,
times
I got
I can
another
do.
platform coming out called the Unk Doctor. It's basically gonna be about men's roles and how they need to survive and move in the world. And I'm improving myself, practicing what I'm preaching, and so it's coming.
Mm.
Um,
We may even do some workout streams. I'm probably gonna start. I think what I'm gonna do. I don't think I'm gonna do the YouTube channel because I'm just kind of thinking like YouTube for me and my schedule. It would be like I wouldn't say a lot, but it will be challenging for me because my brain automatically thinks stream.
well, I
So
mean,
I'll probably do streams.
we got a lot of stuff coming,
Yeah,
and
we
we ain't
working
gonna
it out.
share too much now, but we got a lot of stuff coming. It's gonna be different platforms, different things, and we hope that all of y'all continue to stay tuned and
Like, share, and subscribe
amen.
because we're
We
trying to
here.
get our followings up. We trying to build
We're
a
building.
community.
We're trying to build discipline and consistency first. So hey, and that's
Yeah,
gonna start with us.
work with us
That's gonna start with us posting consistently. So it's coming.
weekly. This
We're gonna get
post
it
will
right.
probably drop next Wednesday because it's already
Well,
Wednesday.
no, it'll be today is Wednesday.
Yeah,
So this is Wednesday the 12th. So this episode will probably air next week, which is the 18th. So
fucking up over here.
we're gonna let it do what it do. And with that, I guess we're gonna say see you guys next time for some candid conversations, two generations, one mic.
And again, we have the OG Mo Better
For shizzle.
and Divine Fluff. And that concludes this episode. Stay safe from our home to yours.
Stay consistent. Use discipline. And everybody start being accountable for your own actions.
And this was a chill stream. We got some funny and all types of streams coming up. But I will say this is just the beginning, right?
Hey,
Because even when we split up, we still gonna be doing it. It's just gonna be a
exactly.
different aspect.
And we gonna still make it do what it do.
We may even have guests.
Well, we cross them bridges when we approach
I have a couple people that we can do virtually.
them. Yeah, that's what I said. Well, this is
And
just the beginning. We will
we'll
stay
work
tuned.
on it. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
We got a lot of things in store.
Right.
Peace.
Deuces.